Got a blast!
What is going on, my people? How is everybody doing and how is everybody feeling? And today, welcome back to another video. And in today's video, I'm going to be showing you all how to do an incredible, well, not even how to do, pause, how to create an incredible Obi Toppin build. So we're going to get right into it. This is going to be a perfect slashing, inside presence, 3-point shooting type of build. So we're going to get right into it, all right? So Obi Toppin, power forward, right hand jersey number is 1. His college is Dayton, as you can see. We're gonna make this at 6'10". He's 6'9", but I wanted to get 6'10" height just because I wanted those standing contact dunks. Then we want to drop this to 220 on our weight, and then we want to stay at 7'3". You can go defined or you can go built. It's really up to you. It doesn't really affect the build at all. So stamina, for those that have been watching me on OGen, I'm always making 90 stamina for my builds. I think that is perfectly fine. I don't think you need any more than what you see on the screen. The vertical is going to be incredible. We're gonna go with a 90 on the vertical. Okay, I want to be able to dunk the ball fast. I want to be able to snag a couple of rebounds. I want to be able to just jumping over people, doing some incredible stuff. All right, so for the strength, we're gonna go all the way up to an 86 on our strength, because I want to have decent strength, because this Obi Toppin build will be at power forward. So there's a 50-50 chance you're going to be going up against those power forwards that literally are 90 plus strength, or maybe around the same strength, or even no strength. So I believe 86 is like the perfect amount of strength for this Obi Toppin build. We want to max out our acceleration at 68, and then we want to max out our speed at 75. So with 6'10", with a 75 speed, we have great strength, we have amazing vertical. That's going to be more than enough to get the job done on this Obi Toppin build. Now, for the defense, this is going to be decent defense. Obi Toppin is not known to be a defender. It's just decent, just to get us by, all right? So 75 on the defensive rebound. Then we're just going to go 60 on the offensive rebound, all right? We're going to go 70 on a block right here, even though we're not going to honestly get access to this anchor, but this 70 block is going to play a good factor, because we will be able to at least get that chase down on silver, which is going to also be fantastic. So one of the things I do like about OGen builds is that you don't have to have so much attributes for certain badges. You see, bronze is literally just a 52, and then the 63 for the silver is just, you know, just silver. Like, you don't have to go any higher. And then you get Hall of Fame by going 90 block, which is very interesting. All right, so that's pretty cool. He's not known to, you know, be much of a passing lane still, or even an on-ball defender, so we're just gonna leave that right there. But you know, we're just gonna go with at least a 50 on the perimeter defense, and then we're gonna go 70 on the interior, just so we could play a little bit of defense. So we're gonna get that post lockdown on bronze, which is dope. All right, so we're gonna stay with that. Now for the ball handle, we're gonna go 71 on the ball handle, and then 69 on the speed with the ball. This is just so we can have a little bit of speed burst getting to the rim. We're not out here trying to be ISO dribblers. We're just here to just be able to get to the basket as quick as we possibly can. All right, now for the pass accuracy, we're gonna go 55. We're gonna go all the way up to an 80 on the 3-point shot, and then we're gonna go 66 on the mid-range. The free throw, we're just gonna go to an 80 on the free throw, right? So this is what I was saying about being able to be dominant in the paint, but also being able to stretch the floor. Most casual players want to build that can play some defense, that literally can dunk the ball and shoot threes. That's what a lot of people mindset is. Majority of people's mindset is, I want to shoot threes and I want to dunk the ball. So this is like the perfect build for people that like to do just that. The pass accuracy, I'm gonna be honest with you, this is probably gonna be the second weakest point of the build besides the steal. The pass accuracy, honestly, it only matters if you want to go crazy with the break starter, or all you need to do is keep passing the ball after a rebound attempt. Keep passing the ball to the closest player to you. You should be fine. Don't try to go point forward mode. Don't try to do Jokic type passes. Nah, just keep to your game and you'll be perfectly fine. This is where the build starts becoming incredible. So we're going to have a decent post control with 70. All right. Standing dunk, we're going to definitely go 85 on our standing dunk. We're going to get access to those standing dunk contact animations. That's going to be fantastic. Driving dunk, what we want to do is we're going to go all the way up to a 93. So we're going to get gold posterizer on this 610 build. Incredible. You know what I mean? I love this 3-point shot at 80. That's beautiful. And then the layup, we're going to have a high layup on this with 88. So you can see how dangerous this build could be in the right player's hands, right? This build will be perfect for certain players, not everybody, but 88 layup gives you access to all the great layups. 93 driving dunk, get those beautiful contact dunks. You have a 90 vert, so you will be able to get all the contact dunks besides the small ones. The small contact, I think that's for like 6'4" and below, or 6'3" and below, something like that. But all the contact dunks that you can get for your height, and then the standing dunks is going to be incredible. All right, so this build is perfect. 23, 14, 9, and 12. You cannot go wrong with that. The takeovers are going to be fantastic. I wouldn't worry about playmaking take. Don't even look at that. These are what you want to go with. If you want to go straight pure slashing, advanced gadgets is going to be awesome. You have finishing moves, you have easy blow-bys, but for me, I'm going with finishing moves and spot up. Some people may ask, why not limitless range? I'm glad you asked, because to me, 83-point shot, you can do that if you want, but I want to be more accurate when I'm shooting these open 3-point shots. I want spot up precision. I think that would be perfect. Or you can switch these around and put sharp first, but for me, I'm not a limitless type of guy. I'm not trying to pull up like Steph Curry or Damian Lillard. I just want to make consistent open 3-point shots. Notice how I said open 3-point shots and not contested. Open shots. All right, once you do that, you already know we got Obi Toppin #1 shade. This is his exact build. I like the picture that they have for him. That's a dope picture as well. I know we're making Obi Toppin and we get an inside-out score, but shout out to John Collins. This Clippers team is looking dangerous. They have a start, 5 starters, and then they have the bench. The Clippers can do something this year. I'm not even gonna lie. This would be probably the year that they should try to go for the championship, because they also have Chris Paul, which is a solid veteran. He's definitely a Hall of Famer. But we're gonna test this build. All right. Now, when we get into the badges, so what you want to understand is that this build, right? This build is for, like I said, certain people, but the badges are going to also be your preference. For me, I definitely want limitless takeoff. I won't go with Masher. I'll probably just go, let me see, Slithery here, right? So these two are going to be crazy. Slithery increases a player's ability to slide through traffic, protect the ball from being stolen, and avoid contact during gathers. This is nasty. Why even use advanced gathers if you could just go Slithery, right? Now, posterizer, definitely want to go posterizer, but let's say we core posterizer, right? So if we core posterizer, I wouldn't go fast twitch. Fearless finisher is going to be very important, so I'm gonna core posterizer. I'm gonna get that maxed out and get that cored. Then I'm gonna have an option for fearless finisher, or you can go rise up. All right, but I would say forget the fearless finisher and go with rise up, because you have Slithery. Slithery is pretty good too. That's gonna help you with the slashing. So I would definitely, do that. That's just my honest opinion. But for now, let's just do this for right now. All right. But actually, no, that's pretty cool though, because if we work on posterizer, right, we'll have that chord. We can still get rise up, and then we'll still be able to at least get silver. So for example, we'll be able to get silver on the finishing for the fearless finisher. So that's gonna be dope. We'll still be able to get that. But if we do double chord, then we'll be able to get all the way up to here. So that'll be dope. All right. So now, and I know Area Wizard is another good option too. That's something that you would definitely want to get after you get all your cores. So this build is going to take some patience, because you need to get all your cores first before you can start adding like Area Wizard and all that good stuff. Now, For the shooting, we don't get much, but I'm only focusing on these type of, only these. I don't really care about blinders. That's not my game. If that's your game, cool. I'm not going with Midi Magician. I have a 66 Midi. I'm not worried about Space Creator. These is what I will go with because I like making open shots and not contested shots. That's not my game. For this one, I'll probably just go maybe, clutch shooter or something like that. Now, quick first step just so I could get a boost, and then here, and then I'm going hyperdrive. I don't care about nothing else here. This is all I care about. I don't care about unpluckable, post playmaker. I don't care about any of these. This is what I want to work with for this build to give me a boost, especially when I'm slashing to the basket. Now, box out beast, you're daggone right. I want box out beast, and I want chase down artist, and I'm gonna go workhorse, and then maybe some off-ball pass. I don't care about any of these other ones because I don't have high perimeter, I don't have steal, so they're pointless. I don't care about pick dodger because I'm not the on-ball primary defender, right? These are the only ones that I care about right here. If you don't care about having high workhorse, then what you could do is drop this to give you a boost with the off-ball pass, but I think bronze is perfectly fine. Alright, so y'all let me know what y'all thought about this Obi Toppin build, and until next time, much love.